Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation. Happy Motivational Monday to each and every one of you. It is both my hope and prayer that you all had a wonderful weekend. I certainly did, okay? I was in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee on last week. We left on Wednesday, and I got back home yesterday because my family reunion was last weekend. And when I tell you we had a ball, honey, we had a ball. Please believe me. And so now I am back on schedule, you guys. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I always take a day off after my vacation just to get my mind together and get myself together. And I was so relaxed that I was not even going to do today's video, but I said, nope, Michelle, you need to do it anyway, because there's somebody out there that depends on what it is that you share. And I know this because people are always sharing messages, either email, text, inbox, or even in person at times, and say, Michelle, I truly appreciate the content that you put out because it's always a blessing and it comes at the right time. So here I am. Now, today, I'm going to be sharing some reminders for going through tough times. And this is based off Stoic wisdom. Hard times don't last if you refuse to break. If you or I refuse to break, those hard times don't last. See, the hard times only last when you allow it to just continuously beat you down to the ground. So here are 7 reminders to carry with you when life tests your strength. And here's the thing, y'all, life is going to test you. Life is going to test you. You might say, well, not me, because I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. But guess what? So am I. But life still tests me, okay? Even the Bible tells us that there will be trials and tribulations. But always know that God is on your side. So, number 1, pain is temporary, but the lessons you gain can last a lifetime. Y'all, that is powerful. And that's one that actually has hit home for me quite often. Pain is temporary. Whatever the pain may be, it could be the loss of a loved one. And I know people say, well, Michelle, when you've lost a loved one, that pain stays with you forever. It does, but it also subsides too. And you're able to manage that. And especially when you start to think about the good times, but I'm talking about the pain of a relationship that didn't work out, the pain of a job that didn't work out. You put in years on that job and all of a sudden they said, listen, we don't want you here anymore, or we have to let you go. That's painful. But the lessons that you gain can last a lifetime from the pain that you had to endure. Number 1, you probably won't do whatever that thing is that you did. You won't do it again, or whatever that situation that happened that caused you to feel the way you feel, you'll see it coming, and it'll help you to kind of sidestep it so you don't have to be bothered anymore. Number 2, you've survived worse before. This storm will pass too. I know you're saying, but Michelle, you don't understand what I'm going through. And you're right, I don't know what you're going through. But here's what I do know. We all are going through something. What you're going through may not be what I'm going through, and what I'm going through may not be the same as somebody else, but we're all going through something. And the thing is that you have survived worse than what you're dealing with right now. Again, I don't know what you're dealing with right now, but I can guarantee you that you've survived worse than this. And if God brought you through it before, guess what? He's going to bring you through it now. So why start to doubt him now? This is what I don't get, and then I'm going to move on. This is what I don't get. Things get bad, things get tight, things get rough. And we start to write God off. But Lord, I'm just done. I'm done with the church. I'm not praying anymore. I'm not singing hymns anymore. Whatever it is that you used to do, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to church anymore. For what? Because every time I turn around, I have a problem. I get in these situations, Lord, and you don't show up. And when you do, I've been dealing with this for a long period of time. That's what people think. Right? Because I've done it before too. But the reality is that God moves in his time. Not your time, not my time, but in his time. And if you stop and really think about it, if God brought you over some humps before, why wouldn't he do it now? Why would he leave you out here to suffer? Now, just maybe, you need to look at it from a different perspective and say, okay, Lord, I'm going through this, but what is it that you want me to learn? What is it that you want me to see? What is it that you want me to do more of or less of? Think about that. Number 3, your response matters more than the event. I gotta say that one more time. Your response, my response, our response matters more than the event. Control what you can and release what you can't. Honey, I am huge on that. The things that I can control, I manage it. But if I can't control it, oh no, I've got to release it. Because why am I holding on to things that I can't control? I can't control how you act. I can't control what comes out of your mouth. So I have to release that to God and let it go. I'm not holding on to things that I can't do anything about. I don't worry about the weather because I have no control over it. All I can do is take it one day at a time. If the forecast calls for rain, which I believe is supposed to rain a little later on today, all thing I can do is make sure I have an umbrella, which I do in the back. But I'm not going to stress myself out about it. For what? I can't control it. Number 4, every setback hides a seed for growth. Find it and you'll turn pain into power. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Make sure you read that book by Willie Jolly. It's a phenomenal book. But every setback that you experience, doesn't matter how big or small it is nothing more than what did I say? It is a setup for a comeback. See, for some of y'all, you got too big for your britches. Y'all remember Big Mom and them used to say that? But you got too big for your britches. And God said, I'm going to have to set you back a little bit because you done got too grown. You think you know more than I know. You think you've got more power than I have. This is God speaking. So he had to just set you down a little bit. So he gave you that setback because he wanted to set you up for something bigger and something better. So when you thought being with Johnny or Angel was the biggest thing in your life, God said, that they're not it. They are not it. And so they had to kill that relationship off. Why? Because he had something better for you. Because he knew that you were settling with those two individuals and he had something better for you. But just remember that every setback that you experience is a setup for a bigger and better comeback. Number 5, you are not your circumstances. You are the way you rise above them. Y'all, that's powerful. That is powerful. You are not your circumstances. You are the way that you rise above them. See, your circumstances can have you this far from the ground, but the way you rise above them, that's the real you. That's the thing that people want to see. That's the thing that helps somebody else. And I'm going to say this, you don't realize it. You don't realize that as you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, you don't realize how much you bless other people. Because here's what I do know. People are always watching. And they say, wow, you know what? I watched Michelle go from minimalist to all of that. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody's always watching. You may not realize it. You may not even know it. And you probably don't even care. But somebody's always watching how you handle things. They watch how you handle yourself when life happens. So always remember that. Number 6, even slow progress is progress. Keep moving, no matter how small the steps. If I walked at a half a mile an hour to get to the store, it's going to take me all day. But if I keep walking, eventually I'm going to get there. So here's my thing for you. Don't give up. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get something. Just keep going. I've had people say, you know, Michelle, I went and I got my associate's degree. And we know that typically, excuse me, my eyes itching. We know that typically obtaining an associate's degree should only take 2 years because you have 4-year colleges. Typically, community colleges are 2-year colleges. But some people have said, well, Michelle, it took me 4 years to get my associate's degree. And I say, that's wonderful. And they'll say, no, it's not. It should have only taken 2 years. Well, says who? If you're working a full-time job and you're not able to go to school full-time, it might take you 4 years. It did for me. I worked a full-time job. So, and I was a mom of a young child, so I couldn't go to school full-time. I didn't have the luxury, okay? So I went part-time. And yes, it took me 4 years to get my associate's degree, but guess what? I got it. So always remember, slow and steady wins the race. It's not what you do and how fast you do it. It's the fact that you keep pushing and you don't give up. Y'all, excuse me, I have my sunroof open because I didn't necessarily leave my air on, but this sun is baking me. Sorry about that. And so we're just going to close this on up right here. Now, where was I? Sorry about that, y'all. Where was I? Oh, number 7, last but not least. The people meant for you will stand beside you in the dark. The rest were never yours. See, we think that because we have a large following of people, that everybody's on our side, and that's just not true. That is truly not true. Let something happen. Let life happen and watch how fast people are going to run from you. It's just like you've seen movies where there may be roaches. I don't like to say that, but they're roaches, right? And when you flick on the light, what happens? Those roaches, they flee. They're all out in the open in the dark. But when that light goes on, they flee, right? That meant that they were never there for anything other than to take. And it's the same thing here, that the people meant for you will stand beside you in the dark. Because see, in the dark, that's when it's quiet. In the dark is when you can think and gather yourself. In the dark, I believe, is when nobody else may be with you, but God is with you. So always remember that. And then here's your takeaway. Here comes the most important part. Tough times don't shape who you are. They reveal it. Stand tall. You are stronger than you think. Again, tough times don't shape who you are. It's not the tough time. Tough times, it shapes who you are. They reveal who you are. And I'm going to tell you a perfect example is watch somebody. I'm starting to sweat, y'all. Forgive me. Watch somebody go through something. And this person, they're always praising the Lord. Hallelujah. Amen. In church every Sunday, Bible study on weekend, twice on, now my church, we don't have Saturday services, but some of y'all's churches that do, you're there every time the doors of the church are open, you're there. But let something happen. And watch how you step away from the church. Watch how you step away from God. Just watch people do that. I'm telling you, I've seen it, so I know you have too. People will do that as soon as life gets to life, and honey, they cut off everything and everybody. And it reveals who they truly are. So see, while you're amening and praising the Lord, let that darkness happens, and now you have revealed to us who you really are. You're not really deeply rooted in the word. You're not truly a believer of Christ when you throw him to the side because you're going through something. Stand tall. You are stronger than you think. That's what I want to leave you with today as I'm starting to sweat. Stand tall because you are stronger than you think. And I know somebody is saying, but Michelle, you don't know what I'm going through, girl. I'm dealing with so much. I have this to do, that to do, the other to do. You just don't understand. Well, you know what? You're right. I may not fully understand what you're going through. But what I do know is that not only am I sweating, so if you can hear my fan blowing, I got to cut this AC on because it's just that quick. We done jumped up to 90 degrees and I'm sweating, as you can see. But I digress. But what I do know is that you are stronger than you think. I look back over my own life and I remember times where God brought me over some huge mountains. Some huge mountains. I'm talking about, well, not, huge mountains, but also some deep, I'm talking about deep valley moments. And I'm not going all into detail, but God has brought me through some deep valley moments. I'm talking about moments where I didn't think that I was going to make it. And I said, Lord, you know what? I would rather you just take me than have me suffer. I'm talking about times where I didn't know how I was going to come up with the money to take care of a bill because I'd already spent all my other money taking care of other bills. And then God just showed up just like that. Two occasions, and I'm going to let you be. Twice now. Over the last, I'm going to say within the last 3 years, twice a check came in the mail that I wasn't expecting. And I had something that I needed to do. And you know how it is when your money starts to get low and you say, well, I want to do this, but I'm not going to take my last. And a check came in the mail on 2 occasions over the last 3 years. One of them was for both of my cars. One of them was for my 2015 Equinox. And it was a check, and it said it was for, what was it? It was for some fees or something that I was charged, and I didn't even know about it. And I guess as they were going through their books, they discovered it, and they sent me a check. I said, oh, well, praise the Lord. And then I got another check for my 2020 SUV, and I wasn't expecting that one. I remember years ago, this was back in the 80s, I had closed out my American Express card. I decided this thing's dangerous because you have no limit and you can just keep spending. Not that I abused it, but you know, when you have to buy gas and you get groceries and things like that, it adds up. Well, I paid it off, closed it out. 3 years went by, and I got a check out of the blue. And I'm gonna tell you how that came about. Some of you that's been with me for a while, you know this, but for the new people, I gave my last, and when I tell you it was my last $5. We were in church, we had a guest preacher, and the guest preacher said, listen, somebody under the sound of my voice, all you have is $5 to your name. I looked up, and I was ushering that Sunday. Okay, yes, prior to becoming a deacon, I was on the usher board, and I was ushering that Sunday. And the guest preacher, he said, somebody under the sound of my voice, all you have is $5 to your name. You have no idea how you're going to make it from now until next payday. And I thought, Lord, is this man in my head? Does he know? Is he peeping in my window? Does he know my life? Because he was talking to me. I can admit that. He was talking to Michelle. He said, but I want you to do something for me. I want you to put that $5 in the offering plate when it comes around. Put it in there and watch God bless you. So I said, all right, Lord, I'm trusting and I'm believing. I put that $5 in my envelope, put my envelope number on there, put it in the plate, and I prayed and I said, Lord, I believe that you are going to make a way. Went to work the next day, and when I came home, there was an envelope in the mailbox, and inside that envelope, there was a check. And that check said that I had overpaid American Express. Now, mind you, when I got the check, I had already closed that account out. It had to have been a good 2 or 3 years earlier. So I clearly wasn't expecting anything from them. And I thought, wow. But they did. It said that they had charged me, I think it was like $800, if I'm not mistaken, in fees that I should not have been charged. And I said, won't God do it? So I got that check in the mail, and that Tuesday, after I got off work, honey, I went and deposited that thing in the bank, okay? And that took me, because payday was that Friday, but all I had was that last $5. So what does that tell you? That tells you that my faith was bigger than my problem, that I was stronger than I thought I was. And by listening, see, God speaks to us. Some of y'all aren't listening, but God spoke to me and said, baby girl, put that $5 in that envelope because I'm going to multiply it. And he certainly did. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that story to let you know that you are stronger than you think. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're going to get through this. It's going to work in your favor. Things are going to turn around for you. You're going to stop sitting by watching everybody else get blessed and watching everybody else's issues work out. It's your turn. Diana Ross has a song that I just love, and she says, it's my turn to see what I can see. This time's just for me because it's my turn. With no more apologies. And the song goes on and on, but I love that song, and I just want to leave you with that. This is your season. This is your time. You are stronger than you think you are. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't fold in the towel. Don't write God off because he hasn't written you off. Hang in there because the best is yet to come. Having said that, y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Go out there having a phenomenal day on purpose. Hopefully something I said resonates with you, and it will help you as you go through your tough times. Because as the song says, trouble don't last always, and it really doesn't. It truly, truly does not. And you will be revealed as you go through, the real you, I should say, will be revealed as you go through this rough time, this rough patch in your life, okay? But always know that I'm here for you. If you ever need to reach me, please click on the Linktree tab, and you can contact me through email. You can leave a text message, voice message, whatever, and I promise you I will get back to you, because I don't want you to think that you have to walk this walk by yourself. And it's at no cost to you. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation, okay? Always, I want you to know that you're not in this by yourself. God has you, and I'm praying for you, all right? Now, if you're new to my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to speak life into you. Thank you for allowing me to encourage and motivate you to be the best you possible and not to give up every time it looks like things are going bad. Okay? Because there is some good out there. God has a lot of great things waiting on you, but you can't give up and you can't give in. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. Y'all know I love you and I don't get a chance to see you. Whether you're new or returning, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell because I don't want you to miss anything as I put out new content all the time. Make sure you go back and watch all of my older content because I promise you, a dime to a dollar, I have a video that speaks to your situation. Just go back and look, all right? And everything is laid out with my car conversations, motivational moments, you name it, it's there. Listen, you guys, I love you all to the moon and back. And there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do to change it. Because I'm always going to love you. And I know you're saying, but Michelle, you don't even know me personally. I don't know you personally. I've never met you, and chances are we probably never will meet. If we do, that's great. But if we don't, it's okay. I still love you. I pray for all of God's people. And I pray for everybody that supports my channel just by watching, just by giving it a thumbs up, just by sharing it. Just recently I had 2 people say, you know what, I came across your channel because somebody shared a video that I needed to hear. And that always warms my heart. My channel's not monetized. Just so you know, it's not. And that's not the goal that I'm going for. My goal is to be able to motivate and encourage as many people as possible. Now, having said all of that, go out there, enjoy the rest of this day. Have an amazing week on purpose. Wherever you go, whatever you do, have fun and be safe, okay? And always remember, continue to pray for me because I'm always praying for you. And watch God change things. Love you all. We'll talk again on Wednesday.